Police are investigating after a 28-year-old man was shot outside an apartment complex. At 1:42 a.m. on Sunday the 12th of November, authorities responded to the parking lot of Orleans Square Apartments in Shreveport, Louisiana on reports of a shooting. When officers arrived, they discovered a man in a critical condition with 2 gunshot wounds to his upper torso. They also found a woman with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound to her arm. They were both transported to the Oxnard LSU Health Hospital. Within 2 hours of being admitted to hospital, the man was pronounced dead. The Caddo Parish Coroner's Office identified the male victim as 28-year-old Kimora Kendrick of Shreveport. No arrests have been made to date, and the motive of the attack is unclear, as the investigation into the matter continues. 26-year-old Sophia Gastelum is behind bars after a 23-month-old toddler's son died from fentanyl exposure. On the morning of the 18th of October, Sophia woke up to find her son unresponsive and not breathing in a bedroom they shared at the home in the 4300 block of Gina Street in Fremont, California. She rushed her son to the local emergency room, where he was later pronounced dead. Police executed a search warrant of Sophia's residence and uncovered items associated with illicit drug use in the bedroom. Authorities said that the items later tested positive for the presence of fentanyl. Investigators also found messages on devices owned by Sophia regarding fentanyl use and possession. A toxicology report showed that the child had a high level of fentanyl in his system at the time of his death. On the 7th of November, Sophia was arrested and booked into the Santa Rita jail. She was charged with involuntary manslaughter, willful cruelty to a child, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The investigation into the matter continues. 42-year-old Chad Christopher Stevens is behind bars after a missing woman's body was found at his home. Authorities said they received new information that led officers to believe that a body was at Chad's home at 601 Pearson Avenue in McKinney, Texas. On the morning of Sunday the 12th of November, detectives with the assistance of the SWAT team showed up at the residence and ordered Chad to step outside before executing a search warrant. Police searched the property and located the body of 35-year-old Heather Louise Swab inside the home. Law officials were seen leaving the premises carrying a fridge and a body bag. Chad was arrested and charged with felony tampering with evidence with intent to alter or destroy a human corpse. He's held at the Collin County Jail with bond set at $150,000. Chad has a criminal history and has been arrested 24 times in Collin County, including charges for assault, theft and drug offences. Heather's family, who reported her missing recently, said that Chad was her boyfriend. Neighbours said that Chad kept to himself and acted awkward and skittish around them. Police have released limited information on the case as the investigation into the matter continues. On Saturday the 11th of November, 31-year-old Taylor Ashley Orringdorf of Columbia, Missouri was arrested and charged with child abuse. A warrant for her arrest was issued on Friday the 3rd of November after a person close to the child noticed bruising and reported it to social services after the child told them that Taylor was pushing them down and hitting them. Taylor also allegedly hit the child with a pink toddler's high chair because she suspected the child spoke with social services about the abuse. Taylor's held at the Boone County Jail with bond set at $5,000 on the condition that she does not have contact with the victim or go within 500 feet of the victim's home. Taylor's relationship to the child is unclear as the investigation into the matter continues. 20-year-old Stephen Freeman, who is accused of murdering 62-year-old Gabrielle Seitz in 2022, faces new charges after authorities say he broke into the victim's home in Roseville, Michigan, and committed criminal sexual conduct. On Thursday the 9th of November 2023, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office added new charges of first-degree premeditated murder, first-degree home invasion, and second-degree criminal sexual conduct to Stephen's current charges of felony murder, concealing the death of an individual, and receiving and concealing a stolen motor vehicle. On Thursday the 27th of October 2022, Stephen broke into Gabrielle's Roseville home through a window when no one was home, but when the victim arrived, an altercation ensued resulting in Gabrielle's death. While driving Gabrielle's pickup truck later that day, Stephen collided with a semi-truck near Hayes and Common Roads in Roseville and fled the scene on foot. Police inspected the vehicle to find information about the driver and located Gabrielle's deceased body in the bed of the pickup truck. There was a shoelace around Gabrielle's neck and there was obvious signs of strangulation. Macomb County Prosecutor Peter Lucido said, My officers augmented the charges against Stephen to reflect the gravity of his alleged actions. We stand resolute in our commitment to seek the truth and accountability. Thank you to the Roseville Police Department and the Michigan State Police for their extensive investigation. Stephen remains held at the Macomb County Jail without bond. 61-year-old Mark Ella McEwen has been arrested for fatally striking his father with a vehicle and leaving the scene. At around 8:30 p.m. on Saturday the 11th of November, authorities responded to R Bar at 245 108th Avenue in Treasure Island, Florida on reports of a fatal hit and run. The victim, 86-year-old Thomas Joseph McEwen, was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigators determined that Mark struck and dragged his father with a 2019 black Dodge Ram. Authorities learnt that Mark was driving the pickup truck when he backed into a parking space outside the bar. Thomas walked towards the truck and he appeared to fall to the ground in front of the truck. The vehicle started moving forward and ran over Thomas, dragging him across the parking lot. Mark then reversed and moved the vehicle forward over his father's body multiple times and fleeing the scene before deputies arrived. Mark returned to the scene on foot and acted like he didn't know what happened. He then parked the truck in another location. He later admitted to driving the truck from the bar and returning to the scene, but he denied seeing his father on the ground and denied hitting anyone. Deputies, however, said that surveillance footage captured the entire incident. They also said they found blood and human tissue under the truck. Deputies took Mark into custody that night, and he was booked into the Pinellas County Jail on a charge of leaving the scene of the crash involving death. He was released on a $50,000 bond the next day. The sheriff's office noted that impairment appeared to be a factor in the crash. The investigation into the matter continues. 30-year-old George Hill and 31-year-old Samantha Hill are behind bars for locking multiple children in a bedroom without adequate nourishment. On Tuesday, the 12th of September, authorities responded to the couple's home at 169 Harrison King Lane in Berry, Kentucky, and reported possible animal neglect and a welfare check on the children at the home. A deputy said that the smell in the trailer nearly caused him to vomit and that they had malnourished dogs outside. There was no electricity to the home, and there were clothes and trash scattered throughout the premises. Authorities later determined that the couple locked 5 kids in a bedroom for extended periods of time with limited food, water and no restroom breaks. Madison County Deputy Michael Stott said the children had been placed somewhere safe out of harm's way and are reportedly doing well. On Thursday the 9th of November, George and Samantha were arrested and charged with 5 counts of abuse and 5 counts of unlawful imprisonment and were booked into the Madison County Detention Center. They appeared in court on Monday the 13th of November and pleaded not guilty to the charges. The investigation into the matter continues.